Hey guys, it's Dockliff here, and this is a continuation of part 2 of a previous video I did on someone else's channel. So if you want to check out part 1, go ahead and we can continue on right now. So introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Cabs, aka Butts Like Paper. YouTube.com/Caps081. This is like a mini podcast we were doing, and the first part's on my channel. It's 15 minutes. Go check it out. For the viewers on this channel, you should come check out my channel as well. I post the same videos, same style of videos. I'm gonna start some Let's Plays, and yeah. So, you want to just continue off where we left off, talking about driver's license in Canada and that kind of thing, or want to start some,
Sure.
Yeah. So we were just talking about driver's lessons, and so yeah, because I live in Canada, I live in Ontario, and basically to get your driver's lessons down here is they go through like 3 steps, right? You got to be 16 to get your G1, and there's G1, G2, and G3, and it's like for your G1, right? You gotta be 16. You gotta write this written test. It's like the easiest thing you'll ever write. It tells you like what do you do at a stop sign, and it has like the stupidest options. It's like go through, speed up, or something, and then it'll say stop. And like if you have any common sense, you'll circle stop, right? So then once you pass that, like it took me. I didn't even study for the test. It took me like one try. I went in there, I did it, and then like I came out with my G1 and I could drive. But like the thing about when you have your G1 is you can drive, but you have to drive with like your parent or somebody who has like their G. So you can't.
License.
Yeah, you can't. It's like a beginner license. You can't drive by yourself.
And it has to be over the age of 21. Is that correct?
No, as long as they have the G for like 5 years. So like most likely they're 21 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then once you do your G test, I mean after your G1 you gotta like you can wait a year, or you can do driving school like driver's ed or whatever, and it costs like $600. But once you've done it, you can do your G2 test. And the G2 test is like the easiest thing you can do. It's like my G2 test. I like the lady was in my car and she was like, go out, park behind this, stop, do a 3-point turn, blah blah blah. Like if you're a man and you know how to drive a car, then I'm sure you'll pass the test. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Like I had a bunch of people on my high school, like my last year of high school, they were freaking out about this test, and they're like, "Oh my god, like my G2 test is tomorrow," and all this bullshit. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" It was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. And then my GU test is coming up in this February. But you just go on the highway, and I've been on the highway like a million times. I go on the highway like every day. I'm like, so I'm sure I know how to drive on the highway,
Yeah, what's kind of funny about that is Gatorade has like G1, G2, G3.
Yeah. Like, what about America? I know people like 15 can get their driver's license, like Miley Cyrus and bullshit, like can drive by themselves. Like, what about in well, like you live in Kentucky, so how do you?
It's basically literally the same here. Maybe a little bit different, but it's mostly the same.
Because I was like looking at. I was talking to somebody and they're like, "Oh, I live in Ohio and I get my license and I'm 15 and I'm driving by myself." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, you know what I mean? I'm 17. If I was 17 back then, I'm like, I can't even drive by myself. I'm with my parent,
Yeah. Well, that's kind of stereotype around here.
Yeah.
Like how everyone in Ohio is like bad drivers.
Like America's probably got a lot more bad drivers than Canada, huh?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Like I don't want to be racist or anything, but like I'm just gonna name off or sexist, but I'm gonna name off the worst drivers right now. I'm 18 years old, but I've had my license for like 2 years, and I know I'm a good driver. I'm a man. I know how to drive a car. Like women are slow as shit. Like, and like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if you drive yet, but like or like when you're driving beside your dad, or when you with your dad or whatever, like you're driving behind this car and you're like, who the fuck is this idiot? And you pass him and it's like some like stupid blonde chick. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, yeah. So what do you think about what do you think about the um fuck? What do you think about the this
What the heck are you talking about?
I just was gonna say what I forgot what the fuck was on my mind. Have you ever? Yeah. What do you think about Battlefield Vietnam? Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam. Have you played that or no?
I
Battlefield
haven't
Bad.
played Vietnam, but I have played Battlefield.
No, Bad Company 2 Vietnam because I'm looking to get back into that game, and like I've been like I know like Wings Redemption posted a video like you can't get in the game, but at the same time, like it seems really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, what else you want to talk about here? Maybe basketball. You
Yeah. Like
big fan of the NBA or?
me no like I played basketball in my two like junior years of high school when I was like in ninth grade and 10th grade. But I kind of like I'm like only like um I'm like 5'7", 5'8". Like I'm a small guy. Like how tall are you? Like 6 foot or something? Or
I'm probably around 5'10",
yeah,
around
yeah. So like I played basketball back in the day and I was okay at it, but I never really once like people started growing and shit. I kind of like wasn't on the train with them. So like they like I get like I complain anymore because everyone's like monsters. But I wrestle and I'm 18, right? So I fight too. Um, Mixed martial art. And I know that's like weird. A mixed martial artist talking about video games and shit. But like if I'm not training, like I'm playing video games half the time. You know what I mean? Um,
Well, there is a MMA game out there.
UFC and EA. Both those games are really fun. But like yeah, like what do you play any sports or anything or
It's basketball.
just basketball? So do you have NBA 2K11 or
Yeah.
you do for Xbox or PS3?
Yes, sir.
I got it for Xbox. I was gonna say let me teach you a lesson on how to play this game. Yeah, like I played hockey too because every Canadian's got to play hockey. You know what I mean? And
What that is?
I was honestly the worst hockey player in the league. I had like 2 goals for 2 seasons, and both of them were shitty goals. And then I said to myself, I was like, I don't even like hockey. Like, I just play it just to play. So I'm like, fuck it, I just quit. And I just, I started because like I've always been like short and stocky. So somebody was like, why don't you just try out wrestling? And I was like, yeah, maybe. And then like I won a couple matches, and I was undefeated in my first year. Right, the first tournament I went to, I didn't even lose a match. I won gold, and then the second one I won gold too. And then the third one, I won. I think it was like uh, bronze, but I was like, I didn't lose a single match for like 10 matches in a row, and I was like, wow, like I'm pretty good at this. You know what I mean? And you don't have to be tall for it. So I was like, damn, you know,
Well,
like
so
my ears are
you ever
calling.
go to the?
Sorry.
I just go on. I was gonna ask you a question, but I'll wait for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my if you like, I wrote this on my channel. My ears are cauliflowered. Like, my left ear is cauliflowered so bad, like I can't even listen to my iPod because the earbud will just go in and just fall out. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was the question?
I was gonna ask if you had ever been to like any NBA games or any couple sporting event, like major sporting event.
Yeah. I go. We got the one lone basketball team in Canada, the Raptors. So, but like, man, the Raptors team is like the loudest crowd you will ever see in your life. Like, I, my mom used to work for the Toronto Sun, and she used to get like hookups and that kind of thing with Raptors games. So we used to go to quite a bit. Like every once in a while, we would go, and like I swear every game we went to was like one of the best games like we've been to, and I've been to a couple like hockey games, and that's pretty much about it because we don't really got like football or anything here, and I don't really care about the CFL. Like, like the Super Bowl's coming up. Like, who are you cheering for?
I'm not really cheering for anybody, but if I had to guess who's going to win, probably the Panthers.
Yeah, me too. Oh yeah.
Do you remember back in the day with Vince Carter playing for the Raptors?
Yeah, I remember like back in the day, like when he won the slam dunk championship, and that was like we weren't there, but we were watching it live. My dad, I have it saved. My dad taped it on like a VHS, and like man, that was like the dunk competitions now are like nothing compared to where like back then because we've seen everything, right? So it's like when he did that dunk, it was like unbelievable, like.
I'm pretty sure Dwight Howard raised the bar that one year.
Yeah, when he won it when he won it with the Superman cape, right?
Yeah,
I was like,
I mean he did so many crazy, un, undefinable dunks.
yeah, and he's like a big dude too, like a big man, and like
I think didn't he dunk on 12 foot? Well,
yeah, he dunked, he like took out another net and like raised it higher. I was like, wow. But like still to this,
I can't wait to see Blake Griffin.
yeah, he's pretty good. So you're like a big basketball fan, right? Like you watch college basketball too, like NCAA when it comes down to March and shit, or no?
Yeah,
Who's your college team?
Kentucky.
Huh. Kentucky. Or like we live in Canada, right? So we don't get. I live in Canada, so like I don't get much coverage on it, but on the NC, like I know that shit's big down there, March Madness and like college football and college basketball. That's like a big ass event for you guys, But here, we don't really follow it up too much. But I like watching the college basketball team. I like watching North Carolina just because like Vince Carter came out of there and Michael Jordan, so I just like watching them.
Yeah.
But like, I remember, like up to this day, I still think like Vince Carter. He's like old now, but like I still think he's the best dunker that was in basketball. What do you think? Who do you think is the best dunker?
There is a very wide selection there.
I know. I still think that he's the best of all time though.
And you still got Dominique, MJ.
Yeah. Like I think they're Dominique and MJ. They're better players than him, but I still think like he's the best like showman dunker. Like I was like when he was like a rookie and shit, he used to take off. I was like, wow.
He did. It sounded like I forgot what team he played for the NBA national team, or what year it was. But didn't he jump over like that 7 foot Asian guy?
Yeah, he
jumped over.
the one where the guy's like 7 foot tall and he jumps over him and dunks over him. Like that was when he had hair. I was like, holy shit! Like Team USA, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
That was like something special. Like 7 foot tall, and this guy jumps over a 7 foot tall man and dunks over him. Like wow, it's fucking unbelievable.
That was just crazy.
Sorry.
I said that was just crazy.
That was like a poster picture right there. Like that's.
Yeah. Well, what else do you have to talk about?
I don't know. Do you want to wrap it up or?
I don't know. We're a little over 15 minutes, but I can still go.
Okay,
I want
yeah.
to talk about something else.
Yeah, you're doing a series on the channel called Grenade Spots. That's like I've never seen anything like that. It's really good. Like I like it. I liked one of those videos. It's tips and tricks on like map spots like that.
Yeah, I just like put myself into like I just put myself into a game. I was like, I'm just trying to find some nade spots. And, like I hit this Simtex on the goal, and I was like, well, maybe people want to see more nade spots since I know a couple.
Yeah, I've been like I was thinking of doing a series or something, but I didn't know what to do. You know, I was like I have no clue what to do. Like map grenade spots, nothing. Cause I just throw grenades like wherever I feel. You know.
You know, I don't think there's many people doing grenade spots out there, so I was like, I
Yeah.
better jump on this.
Yeah. The only other person like I know like I think of is like Grizz, but
Yeah, he's starting to do everything. Like
oh, yeah.
Modern Warfare 2, I remember he just absolutely destroyed the map terminal. I mean, he broke that map down completely.
Yeah, with the grenade spots and shit. I watched like
Yeah,
one of those videos and I was like, wow. Man, I felt like you could. I didn't think that you could throw grenades like and land it in the plane and that kind of thing. That was unbelievable. Um, like Modern Warfare 2, like I love that game. Still up to this day. Like, what do you think about Despite all the bullshit they had in the game about like that kind of thing, I still like that game. It was a fun game. Like I could play that a lot. What do you think? Like,
I think it was a fun game, but I mean, that was probably the most frustrating Call of Duty game I've ever played. But I would say if they eliminated, I'd say if Treyarch was behind that game and they still made it the same, if Treyarch and Infinity Ward were to team up and Treyarch were to fix the issues,
yeah,
then that would be a great game.
yeah. Like like Treyarch is really good. The only other company that I know that cares about the community and shit is like Bungie. Because if you look at Halo, like, are you big? I don't know if you play Halo, but um, I used to play Halo 3 a lot. I played all three of them. Halo 1, 2, 3. The only Halo I really didn't care for too much is Reach because they kind of took the fun out of it. Like if anyone's watching this video and they know what I'm talking about, they will know exactly what I'm talking about. Like Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, they were all like fun games. When you play online, you fought for your power-ups and you fought for the vehicles and shit like that. In Halo Reach, when I put the game in, it was like straight up all try hard, they took out the battle rifle, the best gun in the game. They took out, a lot of fun stuff, and I was just like, you know what? Like, I think this is where me and Halo just got to part ways because I don't like it anymore. If I'm not having fun and playing it, then might as well just trade the game in at like GameStop because
I think that'll be the last Halo game for the series.
yeah, like I know Halo 3 for me was like the best thing I've ever played in my life, and like one of the best things that and Call of Duty 4 was like my two favorite games of all time because I used to sit on Halo 3 and play that shit for a while because I posted a video on my channel. It was like somebody asking me to talk about a little about myself, and they said, "Why don't you do Halo Reach gameplays?" And I said, "Hell no, because I don't like the game. It's too tryhardy." And then I was like, people were sending me saying like I don't like Halo and shit. I was like, don't get me wrong, like I love you. Don't even start shit because Halo. I know the fucking story. I know the game, and like that was like that was like my first game on Xbox, Halo 3, and then I got out of Halo and I started playing Call of Duty 4, and then I don't know how it was for you, but when I started playing Call of Duty 4, I actually hated the game. I was like, this is stupid. You know, I'm a Halo player. Like, I don't even like this game. And then, like, eventually I was like, you know what? Like, I got to get good at it. And then I got good at it. And then I couldn't go back to Halo. And I was like, you know.
I probably didn't even discover online gaming until like not a few years ago, but a while back.
Yeah.
And I was originally just gonna do it for like GTA 4.
Yeah. I know.
Like, just to mess around with, and like there's online gaming, and then and then people at my school told me to get Call of Duty 4, so I did, and then I started to get good at that game, and then before you know it, here I am.
Yeah. The thing about me is when I had my PS2, I would always um I would always look at the box, right, and it would say online broadband, right? And then after I would think in my head, I was like, how the fuck do I get online? Because it's saying online and it's saying like I could play with other players and stuff, and I'm like, how? And when I was younger, I was retarded. I thought that like the computer meant that like it was somebody else in like a different country playing. So then like somebody said no, like you gotta hook up this thing called like network adapter up, and I was like, how do I do it? So then like I bought the thing and I didn't know how to hook it up. I didn't know about Ethernet cords and all that bullshit. Then I was just like, fuck it, and I just threw it away or something. And then like in my grade 10th grade or something, they were like my friends at school. They were like, all you got to do is just plug the cord into your Xbox, and I was like, I was trying and looking it up and all this thing, and then eventually, finally, I got it to work. It was like you sign into Xbox Live. I was like, holy shit, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna add something to that, but I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah. But I just think like like I think a few people said it already. Like they always say like you're playing video games and shit too much, but like you interact with like other people, and I think that's kind of cool because that's a reason why I play video games a lot is because like I'm talking to other people and shit. If I wasn't, then I guess I wouldn't be playing that much because I hate playing by myself. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. I remember what I was gonna say. Have you ever played Medal of Honor: Rising Sun?
No. Back in the day for the PS2, no, I don't think so.
Well, that had like a CPU where you can play versus CPU, and I used to do that all the time.
Oh.
It was actually pretty fun.
Like my like experiences with like multiplayer was like I don't know if you play these games, but like they're James Bond. Like me and a couple of my buddies, we used to like come over and then we play James Bond like Nightfire and Agent Under Fire, and like we'd play like the CPUs and shit, and then we'd always think to ourselves like, how do we get online? But we couldn't. But then like yeah, those were some fun times playing those games. But speaking of Medal of Honor, have you played the new Medal of Honor or no?
Yeah, I played a little bit.
I never played that. Like, how is that played? Is this like a mix between Battlefield Bad Company and Call of Duty? So like, how do you think that is there?
I think the game died down at some point.
Yeah.
Like because you have Black Ops, which runs at 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
You have Medal of Honor, which doesn't. So.
Yeah.
And Battlefield. The only thing that made Battlefield good was team play and how you could like do all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
So. Battlefield's still competing with Call of Duty, I'd say.
Yeah, me too. Like I think like right now, Battlefield Bad Company 2 is like a little bit dying off now because like Black Ops is out and a lot of people are not playing it anymore. But like, I really love that game, and like I always thought in my head I was like, if like Call of Duty and like Battlefield are somewhat teamed up to make a game, like that would be the best first person shooter of all time because Call of Duty is like the top dog, and like uh Battlefield Bad Company 2 is they got the team play, and even though it doesn't run at 60 frames per second, they got those like big maps, like the big maps and shit like that, like. And what I liked about Battlefield is there's no camping because like if you kill me and you're camping, I'll just blow the fucking building up and kill your ass. Like that's how I looked at that game. It was really fun.
Was it called? I don't know what it was called. Demolition 2.0, I think. That did that.
Yeah. Yeah, Demolition 2.0. Like I remember. Like those games you were like what I looked at those games, like those games were, even though they didn't run the 60 frames per second, like I didn't really care because it's like those were wars, man. Like I would be playing a rush game and it'd last me like almost an hour long because it's like back and forth, back and forth. You know, it's like a big ass war going on here. You know, I love the sniping in that game. There's no quick scope and there's no bullshit. It's like if you want to snipe in that game, you gotta snipe. You know. Is that your computer
Are you
fan? Or,
still there?
yeah, is that your computer fan?
Yeah, it just went crazy.
Yeah, for everybody listening, that's his computer fan. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, other than that, I love the sniping in that game. Like you got to really lead your shots, pick your shots, and snipe. Like it's not like Mono for two sniping or Black Ops sniping. If you understand what I mean. Like if you ever tried to snipe in that game, it's hard as shit.
Yeah, I think I remember doing that a little bit. But since the sniper wasn't really an important role at all, because if you really wanted to win, you'd have to use like an assault rifle or some machine gun, or a medic. Yeah.
Yeah, like I know for a fact, like if we were playing sniping and if we were in a party, like a few people of us would start was like one person or something would snipe, but they'd like use the spotter attachment to like call out where the other people are, right? So like if we had like a rusher or something or like uh, an SMG guy or an assault guy running down, or even a medic, like we would call them out. We'd be like, "Oh, like look, there's like a guy up on the rocks there." Like the sniper would either try to pick him off, or like the guy running around would be notified, right? So it's like he doesn't get surprised by him. If you kind of understand what I mean, like that's how like that's really why I like Battlefield because we would win games if we were in a good team and everyone was working together and that kind of thing. Because if it's like, yeah, if it was like I remember on the map, I don't know what the map's name is called, but it's like the green. It's like the fall map. It's like fall time there, um, autumn or whatever. I don't know, but the viewers know what I'm talking about. It's like the one where there's two choppers, two hawks or whatever, and like the boats that you drive around. It's like they know.
Oh man,
It's
I
like
think I know what you're talking about. But
it's like the
it's
trees.
like a canal, isn't it? Some type of canal.
It's a rush map. It was it was like fall, like where the colors on the trees are uh, like red, orange, and that kind of thing.
It start with a G, like Water Hartler or something like that.
Something, but on that map, right? Like you got like long ass things and long ass long range of sight. So like if somebody on our team was sniping, we would be calling guys out and where they are and that kind of thing, basically to help out the other team. I really love Battlefield for that. Like, but sometimes if you got a team that was just rolling, they would just pick your team apart, and they got all the vehicles and shit. You're pretty much screwed. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember or not, but at the very first of Battlefield Bad Company 2, whenever the beta first came out,
Yeah.
you don't remember like Wings posting up a few sniper gameplays?
I think so. I didn't get a chance to get a hold of beta, but I got the game as soon as it came out, Battlefield Bad Company 2. And I was kind of hesitant on getting it because I remember I played the first Battlefield and I hated it. I was like the campaign was stupid and like the multiplayer it was like you die like you know what I mean? Like the medics have to revive you and shit like that. Like I know the medics gotta revive you in this game. I don't know, like the game is if you know what I'm talking about, the views know what I'm talking about, like yeah, they know. But I didn't like Battlefield Bad Company 1, so I was kind of hesitating on getting it. But then I watched like Wings post some videos, and I was like, that's pretty fun. Like the UAV and how you can control it and shit, and call people out. And if there's like a tank coming by, like watch out, guys. Pick your rockets out and that kind of thing. Like I really liked with your engineer kit. I really liked how they implemented that in the game. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I always thought there should be like a respawn timer in Call of Duty.
Yeah, me too. Because I thought
I think there was once at CTF, isn't there? That's the only one.
Like
maybe.
And like Sabotage too, I think.
Yeah, but, I mean, they should have a 5 minute, or not a 5 minute, but a 5 second.
Yeah.
Respawn delay for domination at least.
Yeah, like I always thought about that too, is because in that once you have like the respawn time, it's like it allows like players to like move up like I'm gonna be honest, like in Call of Duty, you can have a strong team, but at the end of the day, if you're playing with like, let's just say me and you were to team up, or like me, you, and like two other buddies were to team up with it, and we're playing like domination or something. There's no objectives going. It's just everyone trying to get their kill streaks and everyone trying to, dominate on the score and that kind of thing. I know you know it, and I know it. It's like when you're playing Call of Duty, it's like just straight up look for the kills and like kill streaks and that kind of thing. I know for sure when I jump in pub lobbies and I'm playing and the team sucks, I don't try to do anything for objectives because I know I'm gonna get stomped. I just try to like rack up my kills and rack up my kill streaks, and whatever happens happens. But on Battlefield, you know, there's no kill streaks. There's no. It's just you kill a guy like and you work from there. It's like, okay, you killed a guy. Let's move position and let's move up and let's try to lock down this area and let's do this and that. And Call of Duty does none of that. It's just the only kind of thing I see about that is like spawn trapping. That's about it. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, actually inside Middle of Honor they had like kill streaks where you can choose like maybe a spy plane or something like that, or to choose like something else, like kill streak versus like some type of team kill streak.
Yeah.
That you can choose.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played the game, but that sounds like a good like choice between the two. Like Modern Warfare 2, for example. Like when I used to play with my buddy, we would win every game, but there wasn't any. You know what I'm saying? There's no strategy. There's no, looking out. There's no like one guy watches this spot, one guy watches that spot. There's no. It's just straight up run and gun. Quick on the stick, who has the fastest reflexes with like the UMP or whatever, if you understand what I'm saying.
I was just wanting to know your opinions on a few things, like maybe Ghost, knifing, and the AK-74U. What's your thoughts on that one? Let's start out with Ghost.
Straight up Ghost. Let's talk about Ghost. Like Ghost, I use Ghost myself. And the reason why I use Ghost myself is because if you're not using Ghost, if you can hear yourself when you're playing the game, enemy spy plane, enemy spy plane, enemy spy plane, right? So it's like you can't really do much in the game, right? You can't really move around, and you can't really like I play the game this way. Like I know there's other people that will put Ghost on and like sit in a corner and camp with like Ninja on or something. But like if you watch any of my gameplays, I don't play like that. I'm rushing, I'm jumping, I'm playing the objective. I'm doing whatever I have to do to win the game, right? So it's like, at the same time, I use Ghost just for the simple reason because I like to flank a lot and I like to play a different style of game, like that. I like Ghost for that reason. But like, I hate people that use Ghost and they're fucking around and they're just sitting in a corner and that kind of thing. Then that takes me off. And yeah, that's what I got to say about that. The knifing in the game. When the game came out, like it seemed like Commando was back in the game from Modern Warfare 2. Like I would get knifed, and I'm like, holy shit! Like they seem to like tone it down a little bit, but I still think the knifing's fucked up. Like I heard Blade and shit talk about before the game came out that they were gonna take out the knife. Like you gotta swing the knife like Counter-Strike style. And I
like that.
Yeah, like if you ever played Counter-Strike, like that, you gotta press like 2 or whatever number key you had it on and enter.
I want to make a point real quick. There's nothing occupying the on the D-pad, the up button on the D-pad, so you should put it there. Yeah. And I think they suggested this to David Vonderhaar. He said this will probably be implemented in the future Call of Duty games, but right now it's not an option for Black Ops. So
I thought about that too. I was like, if they could have like done like Counter-Strike style, because Counter-Strike is like one of the best first-person shooters for the computer, and that game,
it's not the best.
Yeah, that game was like, I wouldn't say it was like almost flawless. Like you could play that shit for hours, and I was like, I thought about it, and when Wings and Blade mentioned like you got to take the knife out to swing, and I was like, now that's something. I was like, now that's something new. You know what I mean? Like, there's no panic knifers. You know what I mean? You run into a guy, and he squeezes his controller, and he knifes you, right? I was like, there's none. Yeah.
I was gonna say that they actually got a game or a gun game from Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Now that would be pretty good. And the last topic, AK-74U. I'm gonna be honest. I use the AK-74U, but at the same time, I use the AK-74U for the simple fact that like everyone else is using it because, like, why would I use like even Wing said himself about the MP40. He's like on the M1 Garand. He was like, if this gun has like you know a little recoil, it shoots far, it's powerful. You put a grip on it, it's unstoppable. Like, why would you pick any other gun than the best gun in the game? If you understand what I mean?
Sorry, my fan just went
Yeah.
crazy again.
People listening, that's just his fan. Sounds like the wind blowing, but it's just his computer fan. Yeah.
About the AK-74U, I don't think it's that it's really overpowered.
Yeah.
It's just that
It's
I mean, you could
overused.
put it into the assault rifle slot, and nothing would change. I mean, what I think they should actually do to balance it, and no, I don't think, as far as I'm concerned, no one has suggested this yet. Why not bump its mobility down to an assault rifle?
Yeah. Because
it weighs more than any other SMG in real life, so I mean, it could be an option. It could stop rushing around with it so much. So
yeah. Like I'm gonna be honest. The only two like submachine guns that I use is the MP5 and the AK-74U. Like those are like I like.
think those are the only two guns with 40 damage.
Yeah. Like I like the way they feel too. It's like the other submachine gun that I play with a little bit is the Kiparis, but that's pretty fun too. But other than that, the other two guns are like they're not my favorite, but like I'll pick them because they're effective guns to use. Like I'm not an AK-74U whore. I just use the gun because it's like the best. Like if I look at it like this: if I don't use the best gun, then I'm gonna get stomped. I might as well just pick the best gun and use what everyone else is using because I'm gonna end up on the short end of the stick. You know what I mean? If I'm not using ghosts like some you know every Tuesday, because if I'm playing like especially like domination, I'm trying to sneak up on the enemy flag and all I keep hearing is enemy spy plane. As soon as I run down there, I get like a three guys just swarm me and kill me. Like there's not really much I can do. You know. So that's the reason why I use Ghost for that reason. But other than I hate people that abuse Ghost and the AK-74U. I don't like it when people, you know, fuck around with that. And the knifing, they should have fucking switched that, but they didn't. And
you know that people are just trying to make you mad if they use like an AK-74U Ghost second chance.
Yeah, like, and I want to ask you about second chance. Like in any Call of Duty game that we've played since from Call of Duty 4, everyone has fucking hated Last Stand. Like, why would they have left that in? Like, I can't stand second chance. I can't, like, what do you think about that? Like,
I can't stand it either.
I can't stand it.
At least I think they're patching it where the person who downs them in a second chance gets rewarded the kill.
Like, they should do that, but instead of doing all that trouble, they should just take out the fucking perk because, ever since Call of Duty 4, everyone's hated it. I don't know why they put it back in. Especially if you're like sniping or something, you hit a second chance guy, like that would piss me off. They got rid of Juggernaut, which is good, but at the same time, that pisses me off.
Yeah, if they took second chance out of the game, they will be praised.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone will be saying, "Thank you, Treyarch, for taking this perk out of the game," especially Thunder.
Thunder?
Yeah, 402 Thunder. Thunder Toro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he anti-second chance.
Man, like, I don't know. But Treg hopefully will get it right and fix it so that the guy who shoots the guy down. Even if they did that would be okay. But what they really need to do is get it out of the game. But I could settle for that. But what I can't settle for is like they gotta fix Ghost because right now I think you said in your video or somebody else the only thing that can really counter is the Blackbird. I have no problem getting the Blackbird and my party has no problem getting the Blackbird, whoring out and showing up these Ghost pros, but other than that, like the people that can't get the kill streaks, they have a problem with it, if you know what I mean.
And you made that sound really funny. Ghost pros, like they're pros at using Ghost.
Yeah, the Ghost All Stars. Like me and my people that the people that I play with, not the subscribe, not my subscribers, but the people on my team that are actually good. We have no problem playing with uh, blackbirds and things like that because we can get them. Like if you looked at some of my gameplays when I'm playing with this guy named K Burke, um, we will run through a house and just clean up. And I'll have my blackbird, and as soon as it's done, he'll call his, and as soon as he's done, somebody else will call in theirs, and we'll just that's how the game goes all game long. But yeah, that's really the only way to effectively counter it. Though is an 8 kill streak or 7 with hardline. But they should have fixed it. Like they should have do something where you know either like tone it down a bit by like changing it or change its style or something like that because you can't have a first per because I'll tell you this like UAV Jammer and Cold Blooded, those were second chance, I mean second perk slots, but you had to give up stopping power for it, right? And nobody really gave up stopping power for it. They would always keep their stopping power. And in this
Yeah.
Call of Duty, it's like there's no stopping power, there's no juggernaut, so it's like you have to. Why not? If you can't get the kill streaks and you know you can't get kill streaks, and just pop on Ghost, you know what I mean, or Scavenger, something like that, Uh,
Yep.
some
There's
of the
not many perks to actually choose from perk 1.
yeah, because
Majority of the time, I just use either a hard line, lightweight, or sometimes scavenge when I'm trying to go for like maybe a video like solely dedicated to a gun.
yeah, I know what you're saying too. I'll be playing I'll be playing other game. I'll be playing sometimes some game types, and I'll be like the only one of them that was like straight down the line for a couple classes was lightweight, and then I just put on hardline for the other things. But then at the same time, I'll look at it and I'll be like, I don't really need hardline because I know I can get the kill streaks. I know I can bust out 11 kills and get a gunship. So there's no need for me to get hardline. And if enemy spy planes are raining in like every 2 seconds, I might as well just put Ghost on.
Yeah, and another thing, I think the gunship and the chopper gun should have more flares.
Yeah, I know what you
Because
mean.
they get shot down way too easy.
Yeah, the chopper gunner in Modern Warfare 2 was a lot better than the chopper gunner in Black Ops because the chopper gunner in Modern Warfare 2 would fly down to those enemies and by the window and you just shoot them inside. The chopper gunner in this game, it flies around in a circle and sometimes you don't see anybody and like in 2 seconds you just hear those beep 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 and it's gone, right?
Yeah, the chopper gunner actually has, I think, 1 meter and 1.25 bigger blast radius than a frag grenade by each bullet. So
Yeah. I like the gunship though. I really like the gunship. The attack dogs I think are honestly useless. Every time I call,
there's only 8 dogs and 4 come in at the first wave and 4 come in at the second wave.
yeah. For me personally, like I'll call in my dogs and they don't do anything. Like they will honestly do absolutely nothing. But in uh my gunship, I'll rack up a lot of kills with it. And the thing about the gunship is, though, is like you'll get a guy on your teammate that calls an attack helicopter, and you guys are pretty much fucked until it's gone, right? That pisses me off a lot too.
Yeah, I think dogs should come. Actually, this is gonna sound crazy, but there's only 8 dogs currently, so I think there should be 15. So that's almost double
Yeah.
it, but I still think there should be 15
I
dogs.
do. I think that too because if you ever played World of War, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like World of War. Like of course we play World of War. But when you called in your 7 dogs, you got a lot of dogs, didn't you? You got a lot of dogs in World of War. And
it was a 2-hit, but still effective because all the dogs went after the same person.
yeah,
Really.
like I just think like the dogs are like maybe in Black Ops a novelty item because if you look at it, why would you pick the dogs when you can just get the gunship and get twice as much kills as the dog would get? If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, unless your air support gets shot down immediately.
Yeah. The other perk that I think kill streak, sorry, that I like is Napalm Strike. Um, like I don't have it on right now, but because I switched it up. But when I just got the game, I used to use Napalm Strike a lot and get it out. But I want to ask you about the what do you think about the Claymore in this game?
Uh, really, it's since it is an equipment, it does get overused quite a bit. But
Yeah,
there's plenty of ways you can counter it. Flak jacket, hacker, lightweight even sometimes.
yeah. Well, like me personally, I don't like the Claymore that much because or they needed like give it like a little tick sound or something like in Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty 4 because in that game at least there was a chance that you can like jump away or run away or something like that. But in this game it's like as soon as you see the red line, you blow up. Like you know what I mean? Like there's no attempted escape. There's no nothing. Anytime.
Actually,
Yeah.
go on. I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt you.
Yeah. Anytime I see like a red line or something for a Claymore, I'm like instantly dead. Like in Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty 4, like you would hear the little click for like a second, and then you could like try to jump away or something. But yeah, yeah. Continue. What were you gonna say?
I don't know. I kind of forgot.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah,
I
but
was gonna say. Oh, I remember now. I was gonna say that I prefer the motion sensor over everything else. Really.
yeah, that's another effective way to like counter Ghost. But the thing about the motion sensor is that like I haven't watched all of your videos or I've watched a selection of them, but if you're like rushing around like me, like I can't stay in the same spot for a while. I'm always like moving around and flanking and rushing and that kind of thing. So it's like if I put on a motion sensor, like I might as well I don't stay in the same spot, right? I'll be constantly picking it up and moving it around, right? So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I don't use the motion sensor a lot, but I know where you're coming
Right.
from.
But believe it or not, I think this is the most underrated piece of equipment. It's a jammer.
Yeah,
Not only does it like block your radar, kind of like Scrambler does, and all that,
yeah,
but I think doesn't it disable all electronics inside of its area.
yeah. I think so. I think
So it acts as a stun grenade as well,
yeah,
basically.
like I think jammers is a really good equipment, but I thought that in Modern Warfare 2 Scrambler was the most useless perk because it's like as soon as you saw your radar scrambling, you knew there was an enemy around and you could just like chill out for a little bit and just wait until he comes by. And as soon as like you just look at your radar right, and you could tell it's hot and cold. And then once the enemy got by, it was like hot radar, and then you just kill him. You know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure actually Wings used that to his advantage though.
I don't know.
Like, yeah, he would in some of his free for all attack videos. I don't know if he used Scrambler or not, but what he'd do is just like go somewhere, and since he knows that people are going to come close to him, he'll just draw more people in or something like that.
Yeah. This podcast is coming up to 50 minutes.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't even realize it. Do you want to keep your channel can post up to this long, eh? Or
Yeah, I can go up to like I don't know, infinite amount of hours.
I have no idea how you got that. My channel, I can't do that. But um, yeah, we
You want to go and wrap it up here?
yeah, I think we should wrap it up here. So this was our mini podcast.
I don't even know if you can call it mini anymore because it's actually about an hour. So
Yeah, because 15 minutes on my channel. This is a full out fucking podcast on half and half my channel, this guy's and this guy's channel. So you know, or I should give you the details, rapper, because this is your channel.
yeah, so his link will definitely be in the description. The first video, right here's where it's going to go. And it's going to be the first video is going to be inside the description, and then his channel is going to come after that. So that's basically it for this one. Have a nice day. Alrighty.